Oshtave, radiant peace and happiness to everybody, enlightened happiness to everybody. And in this video, I would like to talk about the nature of Asha and how the nature of Asha is uncertainty, and how to be Asha compatible, we need to accept uncertainty. Asha translates to that which is. Many people translate Asha to mean truth. I personally prefer to use the translation that which is because, well, then we could end up getting into a whole different can of worms, and some people, it's technically semantics, but some people are going to try to drive the discussion towards a doctrine of truth, or so I'm going to use the term that which is, nature, the natural world. The thing about Zoroastrianism is that there is not where it's different from Gnosticism, is that there's not a material spiritual dualism. So a lot of what Zoroastrianism is about is what we can do in this life. And so our main motto, our main mantra or prayer is Ashem Vohu Vasishtem Asti Ushta Amai Hiat Dashai Vahishtai Ashem. And that translates to true righteousness is the best righteousness. It is enlightened happiness. Enlightened happiness comes to one whom righteousness is done for the sake of righteousness alone, without fear of punishment or expectation of reward. So what state of mind do you have to be in to do right actions? And I'm not saying good actions. I'm not going to use the term good, because oftentimes when religious people use the word good, it's someone else telling you what's good. So I'm going to use the term righteous or right actions, with the emphasis on the word right, because this goes into what your duty is. And it's a duty that's aligned with that which is, Asha. So what state of mind do you have to be in so that your actions are coming from true words and true thoughts? What state of mind do you have to be in? Would it be helpful if you believed in some sort of prophecy that a savior was going to come and fix everything? Would that be a state of mind to do right actions for the sake of doing right actions? Where is your mind at that point? Is your mind in the future, or is it present? Are you going to do the right thing because you're going to get a lot of money out of it? Where is your mind at that point? Is it in the future, or is it present? Are you doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing? Are you gonna not do the right thing because you might get someone angry and you might get punished for it? And then again, where's your mind at that point? It's out of fear of punishment. Your mind is not present at that point. Your mind is either filled with greed, or it's filled with fear, or just complete laziness, because you're waiting for someone else to do it. But there's a different option. the Saushant, as Zarathustra referred. The Saushant is something that we should all strive to be. We shouldn't wait for a savior to come, as I've said in previous videos. We should not wait for a savior to come, but we must live to a higher ethical standard and strive to be saviors ourselves and grab the reins and work to change the world ourselves. And to do that, you have to accept uncertainty. Because nothing's predetermined. Nothing is certain. If there's one certainty, it is that life is uncertain. Where Zoroastrianism is different than Christianity or Islam is that we don't rely so much on these prophecies. Because the thing about prophecies is that a prophecy is this will happen unless. Now, in the Abrahamic sense, or in Christianity or Islam, often those prophecies are this is going to happen. But we don't know that for sure until it happens. And a lot of people will cling on to Christianity or Islam saying like, well, I'm going to cling on to this because I got nothing to lose if I'm wrong. Well, in that case, I think you do have something to lose. Because what if you just wasted your life away hoping for some castle in a world that you can't even perceive in this life, that you're never going to experience in this life? Therefore, you don't even know if it's real. So you're just going to like waste your life away doing nothing or living in fear of what could happen if you do that, or hoping for a reward. Well, if I don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, I'm going to go to hell in the afterlife. Okay, that's fear of punishment. Well, if I don't believe that Muhammad is the final prophet and all the prophets that came before him, I'm going to, or if I worship more than one God, I'm going to go to hell in the afterlife. It's still an intention out of a fear of punishment. But accepting uncertainty, because we don't know if these prophecies are going to happen until they happen. Why wait for them? Why not accept uncertainty? Live in the present. Don't be confused by these wild conspiracies that offer an illusion that something hidden is has everything under control. Have some courage. Just embrace uncertainty. And when you really look at it, when you consider that nothing is predestined, when you consider that the nature of Asha, that the nature of life is uncertainty, you start to find out that the uncertainty of life is the most hopeful thing about it. Because when you consider that nothing is predetermined, you could look at your life in the here and now and work to make changes in the here and now so that you could have a better future. I don't know about you, but I would rather not sit around worrying if I'm going to go to heaven, if I truly believed in Jesus, or if I truly believed Muhammad was the final prophet and all the prophets that came before him. And I'd rather not concern myself with that, because A, those religions have plagiarized Zoroastrianism. They've plagiarized our religion. So we shouldn't have to answer to their standards. I think they need to answer to our ethical standards, because we live by a higher ethical standard. I think they need to try to be more like us. We shouldn't try to be like them. So yeah, really think about it. The uncertainty of life is the most hopeful thing about it. You know why? Because it reminds us that we are responsible for our own actions. That we create the future right here and now. It's frightening at the same time. It's frightening and hopeful at the same time. But there is a power to just keeping your mind present and doing righteousness for the sake of the here and now. Doing the right actions for the sake of the here and now. And enlightened happiness will come to you if you do. That would be the reward. It would be you creating the rewards. Radiant peace and happiness to everybody. And Ushta Ve.